I think and if you heard me talking about it, it's a special moment, right? And I guess I've seen the moments of the photos of you with Jackson as a kid, and I have my similar ones as a kid running around. I actually had blonde hair back in the day. Don't know what happened. And we know what happens to Ripkins. They just go bald, Matt. So I'm a little
Yeah, me
bit
too.
nervous on.
Yeah, I know, me too.
But you pull it off though. That's the thing. I'm not. I don't know
Ev-
about that. We got time to figure that out.
Yeah,
Um,
eventually you just have to deal with it. You just go with it and hope it looks good, and then you wear a lot of hats.
Okay, well, I was very good at doing that, but at least from your perspective, then we'll talk about this because I went back your debut, if I'm not mistaken, against the Cardinals, 0 for 3 with a walk. Did I do that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I thought so. I had to go back to Baseball Almanac, but can you just describe the feeling? Because I know Jackson can describe it his own way, but you're there, you're in that that moment, and watching that now with your son. Is there a moment there? It's full circle, but also maybe just explain to people kind of what all is going through your mind of, you're living out a dream that you've set forth when you first started playing the sport.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a little different for me. I mean, I had, you know, 5 years in the minor leagues. I had a full Tommy John. I missed a year. There was times where I didn't think that, I started to doubt whether it was ever going to happen, and so I was nervous as all get out. Jackson seemingly feels very comfortable with I mean, he grew up in it a lot like you did, where he's very used to that environment. The third deck on the stadium doesn't really intimidate him. He's had just kind of run through the minor leagues with pretty good success. So it's almost like he was very calm yesterday. I'm sure he was a little nervous, to start the game. He's just a very even keel kid in general. So
Yeah.
he didn't seem too anxious at lunch, and was kind of just excited to get out there and play. I, on the other hand, was a nervous wreck, and could barely feel my feet in the box, and one of those deals. So I don't think we've probably handled it similarly. I know the excitement of playing in your first major league game, and so sort of this fulfillment of dream, like you talked about, and the passion to play pro baseball. And so there is this moment where you're like, wow, I'm really running on the field. I'm really a player on the team. I'm gonna play in this game, and that just kind of hits you. That's really cool. It's almost unexplainable, of like accomplishing your goal since you were a little kid. But like I said, he handled it really well, and didn't seem too nervous, and got out there and got a defensive player out of the way. But you really want that first hit. I want that first hit
Yeah.
for him so he can kind of take a breath and relax a little bit. My first two games I didn't get a hit, and I was, of course I was, because Larry Walker was coming back from injury and Preston Wilson was coming back from injury. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, if I don't get a hit soon, I'm going back to the minor leagues. And so after the second game, I think I was 0 for 7 to start out, and then the third game I got 3 hits and was able to sort of breathe a little bit and get it going from there. So it's exciting and nerve-wracking, and then obviously as a parent, it's even more so because you have absolutely no control. So you're sitting there, and at least when it's you can kind of go like, I need to get this together and do something here. When you're a parent, you just want it for your kids. I think for me, it's
Yeah.
just because I know how important it is to him. I want him to have success, and but it's much more anguishing, I think, as a parent than as a player.
Yeah, I was gonna say they showed you guys a couple times, and you're sitting there, but you're kind of covered up, and I'm like, I can only imagine the thoughts that are going through your head, pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat. Just kind of it's a different type of stress, and I understand. But I'll tell you this one thing: the two compliments my family's always told me, and I truly believe it in baseball, is your peers talking about you as a player when you're out there playing, and then the second thing is the notion of, do you quote unquote belong? Do you look like you belong? And I actually saw Jackson last year playing in his first big league spring training. And the first thing I noticed, I didn't care about the results. I just looked at him and went like, man, he looks like he belongs here. And that was something that really stuck out to me. His demeanor's great. And I love the fact he got a strikeout, he got an RBI. And as you know, if you're if you're going to be in the big leagues a long time, he's going to have a ton more of both of those. But let's hope tonight in Fenway, it's going to be the first time getting his first professional knock.